Hi everyone, my name is Annabelle and today I'm going to take you along my front splits routine. I've been getting some questions on Instagram on where to find the splits program that I'm following. So I decided to create this little series or program here on YouTube for you that you can follow if you want to learn your front splits as well. Just as a little disclaimer, I'm not a professional. I've been also working on my front splits for the past 7 months and all these exercises that I'm showing you are based on my own experience. If you are experiencing any pain or discomfort, then please skip the exercise. For some people, the front splits can take a lot of time. For some people, it might be quicker. So for today's practice, it would be perfect if you have some yoga blocks, but if you don't have them, then grab yourself a stack of books or maybe some boxes or whatever you have around. Also a pair of socks or maybe a small towel, because we need something to slide a little bit on the floor. Okay, so we will begin with a little warm up. Please always make sure to warm yourself up before practicing. Something I always like to start with are hip rotations. So you just stand straight, plant your feet strong into the floor, bring your hands into your hips and then lift one knee. You can either flex your foot or point it, and then you start circling your knee in big circles. Maybe focus on one point in front of you to keep your balance. And then circle your knee to the outside. Warming up the hips. Make sure to keep breathing. And then we will switch the leg. Okay, then come back to standing. Then step one foot a little bit in front, flex the front foot, and we will do a little hamstring warm up. I think this is also a runner's warm up, if I'm right. But this one also works really well for the splits. Okay, let's move on to the other side. Flex the front foot and then swing your arms to warm up your hamstring. Okay, I think that's enough. Next, we will continue with some leg swings. Make sure you have something to hold to, maybe the wall, or you have a chair or a table next to you. And then start swinging your leg to the front and back. Try to make it controlled. Flex your foot, lift it up to the front and to the back. But try to keep a straight line with your leg. Keep your back straight and keep breathing. Come back to center and do the same on the other leg. And come back to center. Now we will move into the last exercise of the warm-up. So step yourself into a low lunge position. Keep your back knee lifted. Plant your hand onto the floor. Slightly walk your front foot to the outside of your mat and turn your toes out. And then lift your arm towards the ceiling and look towards the ceiling. And then come down, touch your elbow onto the floor. Again, lift up and touch your elbow to the floor. Again, lift and down. Lift and down. One more time, lift and touch your elbow to the floor. Then switch your legs. Your back knee off the ground, your front foot slightly outside. Lift your arm, look towards the ceiling, and then touch your elbow onto the floor. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift your arm up and touch your elbow to the floor. One more time. And release. Next, we will move into a few exercises to train our strength to be able to learn the splits safely. Because flexibility, but also strength, play a big role in learning the splits. So we will move easy into some lunges. Grab yourself some books or some yoga blocks, or you can also do it without any weight. Or maybe you want to add some proper weights, you can do that as well. And then we will just move into a few lunges. Then switch your legs. And release. Now stand your feet a little wider apart and we will come into some side lunges. Then bring your hands together in front of you and sit down on one of your sides. Bend your knee. Make sure to flex this foot so you can feel the stretch in here. Then stay here for 2 seconds. And then you have 2 options here. Maybe you already have the strength and the flexibility to lift yourself up without your hands and sit onto the other side. But if that's not working for you, of course you can always use your hands to push yourself up and sit onto the other side. Choose the option for you here and stay here for 2 seconds. Make sure to take deep breaths. And then again, lift yourself up, move to the other side. Lift up, other side. One more time, lift and sit down. And lift. One more time to the other side. Then gently release, sit yourself down, bring your legs in front of you, and we will move on with some leg raises. And then start lifting your legs, use your strength. I know this exercise can be really hard. For me, it is also really challenging. Lift your leg up, grab it, and pull it towards your chest. And while you are doing that, always remind yourself to open your chest and keep your spine straight. Then do the other side. Lift and pull it towards your chest. And lower slowly down. Other side. Lift, pull it towards your chest and slowly lower down. Other side. Lift, pull it towards your chest and lower down. So keep going for a few more times. And gently release. And now that we have warmed our hips up, we have worked a little bit on our strength, we can move into the actual stretching for the splits. Now step your feet into a lunge position, lower your back knee down, grab yourself your yoga blocks, walk your foot a little bit to the outside of your mat, turn your toes a little bit outside. Make sure to keep your spine as straight as possible and slightly lift your chest. And then we will stay here for 30 seconds. Now walk your foot a little bit more to the inside and we will come into low lunge. And we will stay here for another 30 seconds. And gently release. Next we will move into a half split. Tuck your back foot, then send your hips back, flex your front foot, use the blocks to keep your back straight, and then stay here for 30 seconds. You have the option to slightly bend your knee and always make sure your back stays straight. Then really press your heel into the floor and keep breathing. Then release the blocks, put them to the side, and we will move dynamic from low lunge back into a half split. Again, come forward into low lunge and send your hips back into half split. Again, low lunge and half split. One more time, low lunge and half split. And now we will move on to the other side. So switch your legs, bring the other leg front, place the blocks inside of your foot, walk your foot a little bit to the outside of your mat, then use the blocks to really straighten your back and stay here for 30 seconds. Keep breathing. And gently release. Put the blocks to the side, walk your foot a little bit more to the inside, lift your upper body into low lunge. Let your hips sink down towards the floor and we will stay here for 30 seconds. Keep breathing. And gently release. Then tuck your back foot, send your hips back and move into half split. Option to bend the front knee. Make sure to flex your front foot and then fold forward with a straight spine. Press your heel into the floor. And gently release. Again, we will move dynamic from low lunge into half split. Then gently release. Then I always go ahead and fold my yoga mat to protect my knee, but otherwise you could also use a blanket or a cushion. And now we will need our socks. Grab yourself your yoga blocks, untuck your back foot, and now we will slide a few times into the split. Here we have two options. You can either use the blocks and then slide into the split with the support of the blocks and pull your leg back again. Slide forward and back. You can either do it like that, or maybe you already have the strength to do it without the blocks and really use the muscles in your legs to slide forward and pull your leg back again. You can just give it a try. Maybe you can go until here, but you notice you cannot pull your leg back, then just put your hands onto the block, pull your leg back, and then maybe again use your strength to slide into it and pull yourself back. Just choose the option that is right for you. I usually like to start with the slides without the support of the blocks, just to have a little bit of strength training. But some days I feel really weak, then of course I will use the blocks. So first I would say, if you can, let's slide 3 times without the blocks. And now let's slide another 3 times with the blocks. Okay, and when we are done with the split slide, we will go into the actual split hold. I usually do it 3 times, for each one 30 seconds. And in that case, you can also use the blocks for support, but you can also try to hold without touching the blocks. You slide into the split and then you hold here. And if you feel you are losing the strength, you just use the blocks. And come back. Now we take a little break. Relax your hips a little bit. And now we move into the second one. I also like to put the block underneath my thigh. And gently release. Again, take a little break. And let's move on to the last one. Slide into your split. Hold yourself on the block, or maybe put the block underneath your thigh, and then stay here for 30 seconds. Make sure to take deep breaths. On every exhale, try to let go of the tension. Try to sink a little bit deeper if you can. And gently release. Come out of the position. Sit back on your heels for a moment before we move on to the other leg. Now let's continue with the other leg. So we start again with the split slides. Choose the option that works best for you. And once you're done with the split slides, we move into the split hold. Slide into your split. I will put the timer for 30 seconds. Gently release, take a little break. And again, get ready to slide into your split. Again, option to place something underneath your thigh. To sit on it comfortably without forcing yourself, that's really important. If you use something that you can sit on, make sure this position is comfortable for you and your body can relax into this position. Make sure to take deep breaths and gently release. Take a little break. And let's slide one last time into our last split of the day. And gently release. So if you enjoyed today's video, please leave me a like and your feedback down below in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more splits videos. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and then see you next time.